Well, hello and welcome to Brimham Farm, and today is a market garden clearance day because it's a heaven of weeds. To be fair, it is a little bit better than last year, but the weeds are creeping in and pathways that should be pathways are not looked after. This bit's not so bad. This bit, again, quite weedy. Actually, no, that's a lie. Very weedy. And this is supposed to be 2 beds. Oh dear. So, yes, we need to do a bit of work. Well, that's a bit more defined. You can at least see where the areas are supposed to be. Flowers, vegetables, and I've started to trim up this line. It just makes it look a bit better. I do need to move my watering thing, however. The novelty of having a borehole and managing to actually have a hose pipe and a sprinkler, that novelty has not gone away yet. I have to say I still have my future pump set up, which are the little white poles that you can see. There you go. But the future pump uses solar and pumps water from the pond. Now I am very conscious of the fact it hasn't rained very much, so the pond level is quite low. So I'm alternating it. I've got water from a borehole, which wildlife can't reach, whereas the pond is full of wildlife, and if that dries up, that's not going to be good for them. So when it rains more and in the spring, I've been using the future pump, but now I'm using the borehole on a sprinkler system. The one thing is I only have one sprinkler system set up at the moment, so I have to move that whirligig all the time, whereas the future pump ones are run through a set of sprinklers. I suppose the other thing I could do is use the borehole to fill up an IBC with water and then use the future pump to pump it out onto the garden. Why haven't I thought of that? That's a really good idea. But for now, more weeding and tackling to do. I'm just going to go and check the chickens as well. There's a few issues been happening. The goats have been getting out and pushing down all of the chicken fencing, which means the chickens have been free ranging, which isn't so much. Hello! Hello! The twins, this is Lola and Missy is over there. Missy! Missy! What are you doing? Hello! They are the twins from Susan, and I don't know if you can remember that when they were born they were so poorly. I didn't think either of them would make it. And now, they just poodle around the farm quite happily. I mean, look at her belly. She's been eating quite a lot. But yeah, back to chickens. So the goats have been escaping, trampling down the chicken netting, and I've lost a few chickens lately, and yesterday I lost another chicken. If you can see in here, you can see there are some feathers. And I don't think it's a fox. I still think it's a stoat or a weasel that is grabbing them when they go into the hedgerows. So I'm just going to come and check. And the goats haven't escaped, which means the fencing is all up. That's not to say somebody hasn't escaped somewhere. And the goats were in the sheep paddock, but the electric is not working at all at the moment because of the dryness. I just can't get a current to go through the sheep paddocks properly, which means, oh, you're catching on all the long grass, which means the goats have been a pain. So the goats are now relegated to my corner pens here. And I'm gradually every day having to shore it up even more. You can see at the back there, Harris panels, and then this Harris panel is new because they were getting out over a fence there. And I will let them out. They can come out in free range again, but I just need to lock them in there for a few days, just so they know that's where they're supposed to be, because I really don't want to lose any more chickens to predators. What's the matter? What's wrong? Have you lost all your friends? Why don't you just come over here? What's up? Your sister's here. You are so fat. In fact, look at this. Can you see her? This is where one of your friends died yesterday. Probably not a good idea to be in here. She don't care. She don't care. Look at this belly. What is in there? Hello? Are you also, look, she's also a weed dispersal unit from all the seed of the sticky weed in her fleece. Oh, Lola. You're, yeah, very nice. Okay, my tin is not a bottle. Goodbye. Time to see if we can find these lavenders. Well, that's a bit better. Ta-da! Actually, looks like there's supposed to be plants there. I'm going to go and concentrate, I think, on the market garden for a bit, because after all, that is where I'm growing food for the market and for my veg boxes. Now, the problem I have in the garden with the weeding is that the ground is so hard, the weeds don't pull out very easily. So this end, I've got lettuces. These are new in. These were the first I put in, and these have mostly been harvested now for markets and veg boxes already. These have just gone in, as I said. And then what I've been doing is I will sow in a tray or in a pot a load of seeds, like so. Then there's too small to go into the garden, I'm finding. If they go into the garden at that stage, they just don't survive. So then I put them into trays. So I prick them out and I pot them on into smaller trays. So they've got more space for their roots. And then they go out as this size plants. So that's what I'm doing here. Now these should be full rows, but down the bottom I've got a load of self-seeded chard. Now earlier in the season I didn't have much growing, so I didn't weed out any of the chard, I left it all so that I could use it for salads for the veg box. So actually those need to come out because I do have some more chard growing over here. They need to come out. Then I've got some kale in here, which the pigeons keep getting to, hence I've put a net on. I've got some new dark kale. As you can see, some purpley kale here. This has just gone in. Then we've got our courgettes all the way down, loads of different varieties. I had a terrible trouble germinating kohlrabi this year. So there are three. There are 3 kohlrabi. So I'm going to eat those for myself. Then we've got garlic, as you know, or you wouldn't know because there's so many weeds. Then there's a weedy path. Then there's some more garlic. Then there's a weedy path. Then there are onions. Then there's a slightly less weedy path because where I have been watering the crops, the ground is moister, so I can then pull out the weeds. I'm going to lift you over. Then I've got broad beans, and this was the first week that they went into the boxes. But there's some, oh look, blimey, that's a big one. There's some nice broad beans in here. So this is a patch of broad beans. Next to it, you can see where I've got down with the path. It goes, and then I suddenly hit weeds. There's some spring onions in here. I've already harvested the bigger ones out of this bed, but you can see there's some more, and I've got a load of seedlings to come out. These are my sugar snap peas. You can tell they didn't get watered enough because they started yellowing. As you can see, they're really yellow where they've started to die. I've suddenly started watering them again, and what a surprise! They're greening up. So I'm now hoping that I can actually save these plants and get them to come up all the way onto this. Although I have also just sowed French beans, runner beans, and some more peas, so I'm going to have to set up more climbing systems for them. This row is radishes, so we've got, these have been in for about 2 weeks. These are completely over, they went woody, and then these are our newest sowing. It'd be lovely if these were edible, but they're not. They've gone really hard. So they've either gone hard and woody, or you get the odd one that's squishy when you cut open, it's all pithy inside. You didn't get enough water. But look how easy that was to weed compared with this pathway, for example, that hasn't been watered or really utilised. And you come in here and you want to start weeding and you just can't. Ugh. Nothing comes out because it's so dry. So the plan of action in that situation is to put the sprinkler on it and let the ground get as moist as possible and then go through it. So after that's had a good water over there, I'm going to bring the sprinkler over here and let it soak in, and then for a few hours, and then this evening when the temperature is a bit cooler, I will come and do more weeding. I've got some more beets here. The beets, again, it's been so dry, they just haven't done. But I've got loads of trays of beets. I've got beets. I thought I had some more beets somewhere. Oh yeah, some more beets here. So they're all waiting in the wings to go out. As are a few more kohlrabi, some more lettuces. These are some more spring onions to go out. They really need to go out. What else have we got? Pumpkins need to go out. I'm way behind with my cucumbers. These need to go out, and then this is all flowers. This also all needs to go out. My dahlias, look. They're starting to flower. They're still in pots. Oopsie. I was supposed to be going to the Norfolk show this week, but it was going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I've already paid for my entries, but I'm not going because I just decided I need to focus. I need to focus on the garden. I can't do with any more time away. I have started working on the polytunnel. It's a bit cleaner than the last time you saw it. I've got some tomatoes and basil that needs to go in, but I have also got the first tomato plants, the first pepper plants. There's a few aubergines up there. Again, I had really crappy germination with my aubergines, so there aren't going to be many aubergines this year. There might be enough just for 1 week of the veg box. But you can see this is the side that is yet to be cleared. However, the other thing I'm finding in here is because it is so dry and so warm, the ground's pretty much dust. So everything just pulls out quite easily. So that's a good thing. So thank you for checking by and watching the latest sort of market garden video. Here are some pictures of the veg boxes. We are on week 4. I forgot to take one of week 2, I think. These are the veg boxes that I'm currently offering to people. They're £10 a veg box, and obviously at the beginning of the season they have a little bit less in than they will have later in the season. I need to plan that better next year, but I will make up for the shortcomings early on in loads of stuff down the line. But summer is here and the bounty is coming, and now I've just got to fix all these weeds. I know you can't see for anything, but that up there is a turtle dove. He's been calling all morning. There he goes.